Make some noise for the queens of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Night! Let's hear it for Gottmik! Make some noise for Vanessa Vanjie Mateo! Let's hear it for Roxy Andrews!
Can't hear nothing.
Make some noise for Roxy Andrews! Let's hear for Chanel! Our winner of episode 1, Nigeria! Our pocket-sized delight, Georgia! And the stunning Plastique! And hello, hello, hello! Hi! New York! You are like the first bitches in the world to ever see this episode. Are the reviews in? What do you think? And how about our queens? Aren't they amazing? I gotta tell you, I love each and every one of you. I have to say, you know, when we have All-Stars, it's amazing to see how they come back. When they're on the show at first, they're sort of wide-eyed, you know, and then they come back with the glow up like you've never seen before. And each and every one of you so deserve to be on this show. Each and every one of you. So I want to go down the line one by one, just because Drag Race is hard. You know, you come in, we make you do every kind of challenge, sewing, singing, acting, dancing, everything, week after week after week. Why did you want to come back? One by one. Gottmik, why did you want to come back?
I mean, the second I came back, I remember being like, there's no competition for me. It's all about fighting for myself and showing all of you guys that I have been working so hard the past 3 years on who I am as an artist, with my performance, with my fashion, with my comedy. And I was just so excited to come back and show you guys that. And then when I got offered this All-Star space and they said, oh, and baby, you're playing for charity, it was game over. Yes. Yeah. Because I was like, wow, I've been working my fucking trans ass off to turn it. And then on top of it, I get to fight for trans lives and raise money for trans people. I just like, it could not have been a better fit. And I truly could not have come back in a better space. So thank you guys so much. And I'm so fucking excited. Let's turn it, bitch.
What about you, Vanjie? What made you say yes?
I mean, you know, I feel like what? What? I feel like being.
Can I be specific? Yes.
Just opening your mouth is funny.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah, no, being on Drag Race was definitely something that's changed my life. It's a blessing. So at some point I was gonna come back. It was more so when, and I think this time, this time it was different. And what made me like, okay, this is the time, and this is the group I want to be a part of, was the charity. The girls, we were all calling each other. I don't know if that's supposed to be said out loud, but I mean, if I was gonna go back, I want to make sure it's we want to, steak and, lobster. So not what?
We want the cute doll.
I wanted a good meal. I didn't want no TV dinner.
Understood.
So I said, I'm coming back. We doing charity, which is a great thing. And then also I get to be a part of like a cast of amazing people I look up to, people that inspire me. And then also like being back to Drag Race, that's like made me find who I am as a person and get to come out and yeah. So I was like, yeah, bitch, that's what. And look, I just saw and they laughed.
Well said.
Put the subtitles back there.
Roxy, why'd you say yes?
I'm fortunate to be one of the people in the world that has the job of their dreams, okay? I get to do what I love every single day. and perform in front of people, and just drag in general is my dream, and I'm living it. And to be on the biggest platform possible and to walk into that workroom again and do it for charity, there's no way I could say no. It's just a blessing to not only fight for ourselves, but to raise money. You know, we've had the success, we have our names out there in public, and now we're there fighting for somebody else, you know, giving back to the people that we love. Yeah.
Agreed.
You can't read the doll.
And you can't read the doll, honey.
Chanel.
Woo.
Chanel.
So 29 years now in the business. And, you know, being on season 1, there was no template, right? There was no blueprint. So, like, we were literally, like, paving the way, you know what I mean? And we didn't know anything of what the magnitude of the show would be. And now, here we are, you know, 15, 16 years later, and the world of drag has literally changed everything, right? So for me, I mean, you know, doing season 1 and then All-Star season 1, which nobody talks about, which is fine. But coming back now for a charitable cause for me is about what it is, you know, because again, this many years in the business, I've been entertaining. I'm a Vegas showgirl, and it was time to be able to do something that was greater than me, and to be able to raise money for charity and to be able to give back. And so to be a part of a group of 8 of us for the right cause, the best causes, I couldn't say no to that. So I'm hashtag blessed. Yeah, love that.
As the kids say.
Showing your age, showing your age.
Don't. And Jerry, same question. Why?
Hey! How y'all doing? So, to know me is to know that Drag Race is truly my happy place. Like when I tell you, oh, I know. When I tell you that I had a fucking ball on season 14, I had a blast. Like, I had so much fun. And honestly, I had just moved to LA, and I had already kind of been having like a rough move. And when I tell you, they called me while I was in Palm Springs on a gig, and they said, hey, you finna be back on TV. And I instantly, my life just lit up again. So I went back because being a part of this show makes me happy. Okay, I'm thriving. We are all thriving. Like, girl, being on Drag Race is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I had to come back and, you know, prove that I could do good in Snatch Game.
Stay tuned. Okay.
Check.
No spoilers.
I love you, Angie. Georges, why did you prance back onto the main stage?
Hello, Diz. Good morning. It's your girl, Georges. And honestly, the reason why I wanted to come back was because I remember watching myself on season 14, and I was so shy. I was such like a baby girl. I still am a baby girl. But I remember watching myself being so shy, and I was like, you know what? That's not who I am. I'm a monster. If you've seen my Twitter, you would know. But honestly, like, I just wanted to show more of who I am and more of my personality, and to know that I'm not just a bra and a panty, literally. And honestly, and also the charity thing, when I heard it was about a charity that we were competing for, I was like, you know what? I've been touring the world. I've done Drag Race Live. I've been given so many amazing opportunities. Now it's time to give back to something that's so much bigger than I am. So that's the reason why I came back. And to win, too.
Oh. Stay tuned. Okay. Plastique.
Thank you so much. You know, Drag Race, only to echo what everyone has said, Drag Race really changed my fucking life. Like, I was a completely different person before I went on Drag Race. And throughout the past 5 years now, since season 11, I have grown to be a completely different person. And I got some coins too.
But for a little bit, I think I don't know, I was a little lost in my art. And after returning to Vietnam since 14 years, like 2 years ago, I was received by so much love by the people there, and them coming up to me saying that me being myself, let them be themselves. And it gave me a renewed sense of purpose, and there's nothing I want more just to have everyone be themselves and live their best gay life. So that's why I'm competing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so fascinating to know that's the reoccurring theme here is to come back to prove something to yourself and to the audience. And I just have to say, after that first episode, there's nothing left for you to prove. We all are in love with you. And what I love about this All-Stars in particular is that nobody's going home, right? And each week is a celebration of how extraordinary they are. And we're also raising money for charity. And I don't know if you noticed in this first episode, but well, let me say it in this way, and this is a compliment. Our show is so fucking stupid, right? But do you feel an agenda this year? There is an agenda this year, and it's because what we are up against as a community. And I'm wondering, Roxy, if you can speak about that. We sort of feel drag queens save the world. There's no mistake why that is the theme this year, because it needs to be said that drag queens save the world when we are up against so much that you are all artists who are leading the fight every single day. And that's what we're trying to celebrate this season. And why does that appeal to you?
Well, we have the platform that we have, right? And we need to use it to let our voices be heard, to speak on behalf of not only the gay community, the gay, lesbian, transgendered community, but drag queens in general. They're trying to attack us in all that we do and try to say all these horrible things about drag. The only drag I know is drag that brings happiness to people, that make you guys happy.
Boom.
When you go to a bar or a pride show and your boyfriend broke up with you and you're like, I'm going out to get smashed. You see a drag queen go out, go give her $1, tip her, support your local drag queens. And what's going on in the world right now is that we have all of these problems, right? And they're like, well, let's put all the spotlight on drag queens and what they do, and let's blame them to make us not look at what the real problems are in this country. This is not a problem.
Period, poo.
This.
Period, poo. Period, poo.
This.
Period, poo.
Is
Period, poo.
happiness. This
Period,
is
poo.
expressing art.
Period, poo.
This is expressing
Period, poo.
love.
Come on.
And we're
Let's
not-
do it. Come on.
And you
Come
know,
on. Let's drive it
never-
home. Period, poo.
Don't let them steer focus of what the real problems are in this world. Register to vote. Don't only register. Get in your car with no excuse and go vote. It's great to register, but then there are people are like, oh, I was tired. I didn't get a chance. And you lie to your friends and say you voted. No, bitch. Get up.
You got a sticker from Amazon?
Yeah,
Bitch, I got a sticker from Amazon. Don't do it.
You
watching you.
You get up and go see that piece of trade, or you see somebody else. Go vote, and not only the big election, your local city elections matter first. That's why drag
Make
matters.
that trade drive you to go to vote. That's the real team.
Well, I mean, since the history of our movement, drag queens have been on the front lines, and this is no different. And I'm so proud of our show. I'm so proud of it, and this season especially, because we are just putting it out there, saying the drag queens save the world, and you absolutely do. Chanel, I want to talk to you. Season 1, first queen to walk into the work
Ever.
I'm so curious, as after your season and
Send me that video.
after your first season and your All-Stars, when you saw what was happening for this show in this world, in pop culture, what did it feel like for you to see it happen? The show become what it has become?
Well, it's kind of crazy because being on season 1, and it was on the Logo Network at that point in time, and I had never even heard of the Logo Network. I really hadn't. I had never heard of it. And interestingly enough, I actually did not put my own audition in for the show. My mom sent my audition in for me. I know. My mom passed in 2009, so right after the show had aired. And I have continued to do what I do in her legacy because I had shows in Vegas at a venue, the Gypsy nightclub, for 10 years. And in 10 years, she missed 2 shows in 10 years. So, with that being said, having the love and having the support of family and things like that is so important. And in queer culture, it's so sad that in this day and age, with as advanced as we are, that we still sometimes go backwards with things. You know what I mean? And not knowing what the magnitude of the show was going to be able to be at the front lines of that and to literally, out of all of the hundreds of queens from every season of every country, to be the first bitch to walk on set with my ass out for the whole world is kind of a crazy thing. And so I feel privileged and I feel happy and I'm honored. And, I haven't been obviously on TV in such a long period of time. And so when this season came around and again, finding out that it was about charity and giving back, it meant something to me because I said, you know what? You've been now nearly 30 years in this business. Let's do it again, and let's compete with the best of the best. And this is the best of the best up here.
Absolutely.
It really is. So.
And Juria, I want to ask you about you. Your family has been very important to you in this journey too. What has that meant to you as you've been competing, and now as you go into a new season of All Stars?
It's been incredibly amazing. I feel like me doing drag has been such a struggle. Like when I first started, it was something that I hid from my mom, but my dad knew about it. And when Drag Race happened, to see them be so supportive and to see my entire family be supportive, like there is not one member in my entire family that does not watch Drag Race. Now, my parents even just watched season 16. Like my mom fully calls me during the commercial breaks. So, it's just so amazing to see them. Even when I watched our finale and to see them on TV and know that other kids and parents around the world are going to get to see them support me on TV and to know what that can do for other families is just, it's sickening.
I love that. I love that. Georges, we have to talk to you. On the first episode, I said I think you're the best dancer we've ever had on Drag Race. I stand by that.
I mean, you said it, so it must be true.
Can you show us the move really quick?
Are y'all gonna cut it? Wait, I got you, Kia. Okay, y'all gonna play a track for her?
I was about to say,
we gonna need some 10%.
Can you, Vanjie, can you beatbox for us or something? Can you
There you
go.
I'm really, really high. Every time my pussy
Hey! You're welcome.
For charity. I'm gonna collect my
charity,
too.
For charity.
Okay, I have to know where it comes from. This dancer, I feel like I've had a dancer inside me before, but it's different. This is something innate in you. Where does it come from, this ability to do that?
Oh my God, well, ever since I was a little baby, I was dancing in my living room. When I was a little kid, I was watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That's where I learned how to split. I don't do those no more. I'm old school now. But no, I would, now, I just perform like nobody's even watching, like nobody's in the room, and also a little edible helps too.
Drag attack.
I will have to try those one day.
Yes, I'll teach you.
Roxy, I want to talk to you. Here's a little Drag Race factoid. You're the first queen to win the first challenge on 2 different seasons.
I love that.
I love that.
That's all I won on All Stars too.
So you're starting off strong. After you win that first challenge, is there pressure, or do you feel like I'm starting out strong?
We were talking about this the other day. Like, there is, how do I put this? It's awesome to start strong because you want to stay there, right? But if you're a fan of Drag Race, you know that you don't always stay there. You go like from the top straight to the bottom or whatever. It depends on what the challenges are. But it does help you because you go there wanting to fight and make everybody proud. And when that initial episode comes out and you're like, ooh, bitch, you don't want to tell your friends, but you're like, bitch, I'm finna turn it today. I win my first fucking challenge. And I didn't win the main challenge this week, but I did win the reading challenge. So I still felt good.
And I love that you won the reading challenge. You deserve to win it, but you have such a beautiful heart. I wonder how you balance a beautiful heart with being such a nasty bitch. How do you do that?
Listen. He stuck it in. There it is.
Twist,
no,
okay.
There's something about being a bitch that I love. And this is...
Relatable.
The thing is, I'm that friend that you guys have that you'll come up and be like, girl, do you like this outfit? No. They finna fucking read you, bitch. You look like a hoe. Go back there and put something better on. That's the kind of, I'm a realist is what I like to say. And if you don't like real, then you don't like me. And that's all it is. And it's okay not to like me, but most like me.
Plastic, I want to talk to you about vulnerability because you really opened up. That can be so scary to do. You guys, if you've never done something like that on this kind of level, it is way scarier than being mean. Right? Vulnerability is terrifying. You opened yourself up in season 1, and I feel like since then, and you continue, or your season, I should say, I'm sorry. And you've continued to do that, but what has come with that, we see right away, is such strength and growth. What was that process like for you?
Ooh, I think growing up very sheltered. I grew up in Vietnam until I was 10, 11 years old. So in my country, being gay was seen as below standard, and being gay was being handicapped. And I was raised by my grandparents. So when I moved here to the United States to live with my mom, we don't know each other, so we kind of clash all the times. Afterwards, I kind of just kept to myself because I was, learning English and very alone. So drag, when I saw RuPaul's Drag Race for the first time, I think I was flicking through the channel and I saw Jujubee on. Yeah.
She's in here somewhere. You know she be on all the seasons.
Welcome,
Shout out to
Jujubee!
Juju. Girl, come on in. Come. Juju, come in.
She's from the ceiling. Just drop down. Bitch. After I saw Jujubee, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but I see myself in her. So after every night, when my mom would go to sleep, I would flick through the channel again to go watch Drag Race. And, being Asian and being raised very religiously, communication wasn't a thing in our family. So I hid a lot of my feelings on the inside. And when RuPaul came and talked to me about that, when I was designing that Yastified grouped outfit, something, all the emotions of 21 years just burst out. And I think it was like the rawest moment I've ever felt in my life. It was 21 years of therapy wrapped into that one moment. So, yeah, and ever since, drag has given me everything I've ever wanted. It reunited my family. My family now follows me on TikTok. My grandparents would send my videos of me just doing the bend over pose to everyone. It was look at Duke in the United States doing it. And I'm just oh my God. And now that I'm here, my grandma texts me and she's like, oh, where are you? What part of the world are you at? So it brought our whole family together, and I can't thank Drag Race enough.
Gottmik.
Hey, Gorge.
Hi. Talk about a trailblazer, right? The first ever on our show, one of a kind. You have just changed the game. I think about people watching our show and seeing your story. It's phenomenal.
Loves that.
And so, of course, I have to ask a trailblazer like yourself about fashion. So let's talk. Okay.
Thank God.
Yes, trained at FITM, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, so you come armed to this game, this challenge, this competition, with a set of skills that these other queens, a lot of them, don't have. Do you feel like you have had an advantage? No shade. I'm just saying. We have all seen.
True.
I'm not talking about you up here necessarily.
Yeah,
I just
that
mean
my
in
friend, that
general. Do you feel like you have a superpower in this competition because of what you can do with a needle and thread?
I don't think it's specifically about fashion school. I think I definitely was just born with an eye that is, I don't know, I haven't met very many people that have an attention to detail like I have. And I came in this, I mean, no tea, it's crazy. Because I'm like, even if your outfit's cute, I'm like, we didn't look at the lace, we were busy on the outfit, okay, whatever. But it's truly like, I went to fashion school because I thought I was dead ass gonna be a designer. And then I went in there and it was just so like, I don't know, it was so marketed towards mass, like we just have to produce like the most crazy stuff. And it was all about budgets and I was so over it because I'm like, I'm about it for the artistry. So I don't think it was about fashion school, but I think coming back on the show, being with everyone here, like they all have their own brands and personas that like they've worked their asses off to create for years and years and years. And these are the bitches that inspire me way more than you could ever pay for in a degree in fashion school. Ever. It's really crazy. It really is true. And I always say too, I'm like, you don't even understand when you're booking a drag queen, like sometimes you're like, oh bitch, that bitch has a crazy booking fee. I'm like, babe, you're thinking about the years and years that it took us to get to this point, to learn how to do all of this, to brand ourselves, to become the bitches that we are today. You're paying for the years and years of that, plus the flight to get there, plus the booking, plus the flight to get home. So in reality, we're working for minimum wage if you really think about it. But yeah, I'm really, really proud of the eye I have, and I've really worked really hard on studying my references and going to fashion school and loving fashion, but it really is the girls up here on this stage that really do inspire me and push me to be the fashion doll that I am today.
All right, Vanjie. Okay. What I really want to ask you, well, honestly, I was thinking, what do I ask Vanjie? And I'm like, well, what the fuck are you going to say next? That's what I want to know.
You want to know who a top, who a bottom, who single, who not?
No.
We dicking, we sticking.
I want to know, Vanjie, I want to crawl inside your head because what I love about you, there's so much to love about you, but what I love about you is there seems to be no filter in you. It's like...
Sometimes for good and sometimes when I'm like, ooh, when I watch it back, and my mom's like, stop cussing. I'm like, I'm a work in progress.
I never want you to ever stop anything or filter anything, Vanjie. I want 100% concentrated Vanjie every day of my life. Do you not want that?
Listen, it's going to stay the same.
Good.
But unless, instead of like 5 fuck yous, it'll be like 1 or 2. Or motherfuckers or bitch. See, I'm already messing it up.
No.
That was my last ones for the night.
Do you... you can't plan the shit that comes out of your mouth, right? No.
Unfortunately, no.
So when you watch it back, do you laugh as hard as we do? Or do you... Because these aren't bits you've repeated.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
No, she does not.
No, well...
Yes?
Yes.
Peanut gallery. I laugh if they laugh. If it's if Rue's laughing and y'all laughing, I'm laughing too. If I say some shit and everybody like, I'm like that too. I'm like, ooh. It made me question myself too. Like, girl, what the fuck? Nah, scratch that one off. Don't say that one again. Yeah.
You really
And that one right there, I just planned that right there. I didn't plan that one.
It just happened.
Yes, that's what I was trying to
I'll
say.
never forget the night that we almost lost you. The night.
A car accident.
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
no.
I listen. I'm working on my stand-up. I couldn't help
No.
it.
I'm talking about the night, the first episode where Vanjie went home. Can you imagine in a world where we didn't get the Vanjie, and we wouldn't have known that all of this was here. So I want to know what that felt like that night as you left that workroom on your season after going home first.
So sorry about that.
So sorry. But because really, and I think a lot of times we talked a lot about people not being able to show everything at first. It's very hard. It's very intimidating. Were you so angry that you didn't get a chance to show us all of this?
No, I wasn't angry. I mean, maybe when I got home, I was angry. I think I was more shocked, like, what the fuck? Like, my mind, listen, I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Get that hair right there, Mick. Thank you. Because I know there's going to be, I don't want to be tagged with that hair sticking like that. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I was just like, is there a take two? Or that when I kept saying my name, I really didn't realize. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going home. Let me hide at home. And, not say nothing to nobody. You have to wait. And then we have to film the Meet the Queens. And I have to pretend, even though I know I'm eliminated, I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm about to give it to your hoes.
I'm going to snatch that crown, auntie.
Tell me how you going to win. I'm going to win by... You going to see it. So, but then after, the girls were like, oh, like embracing and telling me all like how, oh, they loved your name and they kept saying it. I was like, girl, they ain't gonna make the cut. So I really didn't think too much of it. What was the question?
That's the answer.
That was it.
Matter.
I knew I was going there.
Doesn't matter, Vanjie, not one bit.
But yes, y'all know, and we got there.
Yeah, we got there. Well, I just want to say this. You are a force of nature, and your destiny was to go further than we ever even knew on that first episode. And I'm so grateful that there was a power larger than the panel that brought you here and to this moment, Vanjie.
See, and then I would say like me going home was worth it because I get to be in this cast. Like, and it's no tea because when we saw Aquaria, I was like, okay, it is what it is because she was fierce. But like, I'm happy and I'm like blessed because like I get to do this. I'd rather, well, I don't want to say go home a lot of times, but like I get to be in this cast with all these girls. Roxy was the first drag queen I've ever seen perform ever in life. Yeah, absorb that, motherfuckers. Yeah, and so like being in the same season, performing, going to Pulse nightclub, seeing her, getting to be around so many people that like I love and admire. I'm like, yeah, going home first and saying my name 3 times. It was worth it. It's fine. Everything works.
Follow-up question. I just have to know, was that planned, the Vanjie, or?
Nope. Mm-hmm. Nope. This whole week, I've been trying to talk about my charity and, HPCA, messing it up the whole time. Just like when I went home, messed it up the whole time. No.
Understood. Thank you.
Listen.
I'm gonna kill you. This bitch is great.
I got my translator right here. Mick, go ahead.
Translator for sure.
All right, so here's the deal. You all have filled out some questions, and I haven't seen these yet. The queens haven't seen these yet, so I'm gonna rapid fire. I'm just gonna read it, and you're gonna answer down the line.
One at a time?
Okay, one at a time.
fair.
Okay, but I'll ask
Like
you
one
one, and
word?
then I'll ask you a different. Maybe not you, and I'll ask you a different one.
I got enough questions of the night.
Bye.
Okay, this one comes from Deja Vu, who says, Deja Vu, you out there? Oh.
Yes, bitch.
Deja Vu says, what advice do you have for someone trying to embrace their inner drag queen?
Oh my God. I think my advice for anyone that's trying to do drag or anything is that people connect with you for your uniqueness. They don't give a fuck what you learned on YouTube or what you're seeing on Drag Race. They're gonna connect with you for who you are. So find what makes you unique and run with it. Go off.
This question's from Maria S. Maria S., if you want to make some noise. Hi, Maria S.
You better work, Maria.
Thank you. All right. So, Vanjie, we're going to take a risk with this and have you answer it. Maria S. wants to know, what's your proudest moment in and out of drag?
Being able to live my life with what I love to do and also like to take care of my mom. And like, yeah. Got you, bitches! Maria! It was Maria. Maria S. Yeah, with the COVID mask. Maria, I see you, bitch. Thank you. I get to live my life and also take care of my mama. Oh, my mama. Oh, my. I look fly. I look good. In that, thank you. And Maria, I love you. In that order. Stay tuned. It's coming out on iTunes.
Thank you, Vanjie.
Thank you.
Love her so much.
This next question's from Corbin. Hi, Corbin, out there. Corbin, Roxy, Corbin wants to know, when do you feel most beautiful and powerful?
When I'm naked in front of the mirror, I'm gonna tell you why. I represent the thick and juicy girls, okay, first and foremost. But all spectrums of size, it doesn't matter, color. The first thing we do when we look in the mirror is look for the bad stuff, right? That's not what you should do. You should look in the mirror, point out everything that you love about yourself, that you're looking good right now. My titties look good, my ass look good, my ankles look good. If that's all you got, it don't matter. Wear shorts. Look at what is the best attributes of yourself, and that's gonna bring you love in your heart, in your mind, and that's what matters the most, okay? So that's what you should do.
My therapist literally just told me that, and I had to spend $200 on that. So you're lucky right now.
You just do it naturally.
Ah.
Oh, girl, I got a pimple. My face looks horrible. Girl, fuck that shit, bitch. Everybody got problems, okay? Nobody's perfect except
He called it homework. That's what he said to me.
This question comes from Steven. I'm going to direct it to Georges because at the bottom it says, P.S. I love you, Georges, okay?
My baby.
Wow.
So, hi, my name is Steven. Can you talk about how the world has embraced your drag from the first time you participated to now?
Oh my God. So when I first walked on Drag Race, I was a little chiquita walking in with my pigtails. I was representing for the hot Cheeto girls, basically. And the only person that I seen show off Latina representation was Valentina, and yes, and she inspired me, and I was like, you know what, let me just go on Drag Race, let me just show them who I am, and the first audition, I made it on, bitch, literally. And when I went on, I was just making outfits just in case if I was in the bottom, I was ready to lip sync, you know what I mean? But this time around, I wanted to show more campier looks, more, how do I say it, more,
versatility.
Versatility.
There we go. Versatility. Variety.
I wanted to show more variety, more concepts and everything. And honestly, I cannot wait for y'all to see what we got cooking up for you, literally.
This question comes from Caden. They want to know, Angeria, did the stakes of the competition feel different knowing you were playing for charity versus playing for money?
Absolutely. In the way that, despite what many may think, I feel like I felt more competitive because we were playing for charity. Because it's not, the first time was just about us. This time, its cause is bigger than us. So if you don't feel like you should be putting 100% of your foot into this for charity, then something is wrong. Okay, make some noise for charity. Yeah. Okay? You ain't finna be out there sitting on your hands when we talking about charity. Okay? Yeah, so, yeah, it's gonna be sickening for charity.
So
Amen.
I have a question for each of you, and it's not like our show to be shady. But I want to know, when you walked in the workroom, each of you, who did you think was your strongest competition? Plastic?
Roxy.
Would you care to elaborate?
I mean, she's like drag god to me. She can do no wrong in my eyes, and Miss Thick and Andrews is one of the. Miss Thick and Andrews is the doll, and you cannot read the doll. So.
Georges?
Ooh, I would have to say Miss Roxy Andrews because she. Bitch, you've been doing this for 3 times now, literally. Bitch. So you know how the game is played. You know how everything goes, and bitch, you slayed.
Oh, I love you.
Angie?
I was always told that your biggest competition is probably the person that's the most like you or what you do. And Roxy comes from pageantry just like I do. And I was already looking at the bitch like the legend, the icon that she was before I got on Drag Race. So, of course, I knew the bitch was gonna be there, and I was shaking in my fucking boots, okay? I said, God damn, here the fuck we go, bitch. To be continued.
Chanel?
Because it was a charity season, Nina.
Oh,
Because-
Nina, who, by the way, we just have to say could not be here tonight, but sends her love, okay? She has an important event that she's at.
Nina is the queen of charity. Everything she does is about giving back, always. And I live for some Nina West. I love that lady. And so because she's the queen of charity, I was like, if anybody's gonna put their ass into this competition, it's gonna be her. So, for sure.
Agreed. What about you, Roxy?
Everyone for different reasons. Fashion, talent, beauty, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Everybody up here.
Damn, bitch! And you go away! And you too!
Wait a minute, bitch!
And you too!
And Serena Cha-Cha.
And you too!
Wait a minute!
And Serena!
Wait
a damn minute.
Wait, bitch!
Ole!
Wait a minute!
This is why
Why we don't get a
Shade of it all!
What did I do? I'm
Wait a
going down the
minute.
line.
You didn't
Right,
go
you know why we
stop?
Wait
We
a
take our
minute.
answer back,
You
bitch.
stop, bitch! So we don't get a reason?
No,
We take our answer back.
Listen, the show is about charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, okay? And we've said this a million times. We're all different in our fields, okay? No 2 queens up here are the same. Bitch, I'm gonna go down the fucking line. So Chanel.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Chanel
It don't matter now, girl.
We are 2 peas in a pod. I was watching season 1 because I was old enough to have cable and be up to watch it. And Chanel was my kind of queen. This is the drag that I learned to do. And when she walked in the workroom showing her ass, bitch, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to get on that fucking show and do that. That bitch juggles. She's talented. She's beautiful and can paint one hell of a fucking mug. Okay, that's fucking competition. Angeria, baby, that personality ain't nobody got something like that, okay? She is a Southern belle. She's a pageant girl. She knows how to compete, and I knew that she was going to be a big talent, and I never met her before, so I didn't know how she competed. I was excited to see what she brought, and bitch, she's fucking sickening for the youth. Georges,
Thank you,
baby, they
sister.
call me an assassin, bitch. That's a fucking assassin, okay? If I landed in the bottom or did anything with her, I knew that I was going to be in fucking trouble, and I better start boot scooting boogie and learn how to death drop. And learn how to death drop even if the ambulance got to come after her and it's my death. And not only that, y'all are going to see as a little spoiler, that bitch is so fucking talented and witty and smart and fucking for our youth of drag, she is so ahead of her time that she makes me so damn proud. Plastique is the walk-in Vietnamese doll, fashion, talent, followers, fans, beauty. How can I stand next to her and feel like I'm trying to look like a woman when she's right there?
Okay, she ate that. Okay, and I thank God every day that Plastique was there.
The recovery. And that's how you flip it.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Yeah.
It's your feminine feminine.
Roxy, I noticed you didn't mention Nina.
No, because
Kidding. I'm trying to stir. I'm kidding.
Nina had a very important thing that she had to do, and I want to speak on her behalf, actually.
Yes, please,
That she had to do in Columbus, Ohio. She scheduled this a year and a half ago for today. She's been doing press with us this entire time, and it broke her heart not to be here tonight, okay? So y'all know, let's send Nina some love,
Oh,
okay?
yeah. And
Nina is, I've known Nina in the pageant world. She is smart. She is one of the smartest people I know. So creative. She's the only I say camp comedy genius, okay? If you've never saw her, she's a Broadway girl. I knew, and she's given millions to charity at her bar in Columbus, Ohio at Access, and her family has raised her drag family to charity already. She was huge competition.
If you go to Columbus, Ohio, there is a street named after
Nina West Avenue.
And talk about, a talented drag queen, but one of the kindest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. And she'll be with us tomorrow at the GLAAD Awards.
Yes, she will.
Well, yeah. Okay, Vanjie, who was your biggest competition when you walked in that workroom?
Who?
She hasn't even
The
said
bobby
anything
pins.
yet.
I would say, being in the same room as a first drag queen I've ever saw, and even Roxy. So I was like, yeah, of course. That is the competition because she does it all. She's been there, she's done that. And I feel like she's like family to me. So I knew I could lean on her, but also I'd look at her for inspiration and what to do in a situation when you get eliminated and walk backward 3 times.
It was a very beautiful, succinct, understandable answer, Vanjie.
I tried really hard.
That was great.
I had to count to 10. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
we
great.
did it.
Great. Round of applause.
We
for
never
that.
did
That
it. We
was
just
great.
talked about it.
That too, momentarily.
And what about you?
I'm the last one to answer. I still don't know. It's crazy because what they're saying is exactly T. It's like we all have seen Roxy turn it and burn it every fucking time on the runway and in every challenge. Chanel is the first drag queen literally ever. It's insane.
Don't even think.
Now y'all better scream about that bitch.
Let her have it. Let her
The
have
first
it.
drag queen ever!
Literally ever!
Stand, bitch,
First drag
stand!
queen ever!
Stand for that bitch!
Get her.
Like what
Don't break
the
nothing. Don't break nothing.
Imagine
Sit down,
walking
don't
into
break
the
nothing.
room with
Don't break
Chanel.
that, girl.
It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. And I remember, it really fucking is. And every single girl here, it's like, Vanjie, I remember before I knew her, I went to see her at a show. I was like in the back of Mickey's in West Hollywood, like where you couldn't even see me. And I had never seen a crowd go up like I've seen them go up for Miss Vanjie. I was like, this is the first time in my life I've seen a star enter my life. It gagged me so hard to the core. So I gagged when she was here. And then when I got there, I didn't know Angeria, I didn't know Georges, and Plastique and I had just started working together on like a tour. And the first episode, as you guys saw, Georges fucking shook the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, if this bitch dances against me, I'm gone, bitch. And it's not even an elimination season, so I'm gonna somehow still be gone. So I was so scared. So I'm like, every single person, like, even if I didn't know them, like, showed me, oh, I'm fucking scared. So this is a cast to be reckoned with. Every single person is just like a threat in their own way. And I know we've really drove it home, but this really fucking is RuPaul's favorites list, and for a reason. It is just
Checking it
unbelievable.
twice.
We
Checking
are
it
so diverse. Yeah, very that. We literally, every single one of us brings something so unique to this competition that's so vital and crucial to what RuPaul's Drag Race as a whole does for the community. So I'm so honored to be part of this cast, and we're so honored to be showing what we do to you guys at this fucking level. And you guys are not ready.
The bank account ain't ready neither. We in the negatives, honey.
Yeah, I'm in the negative after the runway, so you better fucking watch.
I have to say, the shade is so real, but the sisterhood and the love is even more real. I love how much you love one another, how much you revere what you do, and how each of you wants to rise to each other's level. I am one of the luckiest people in the world because I'm the super fan of this show and these queens who somehow won the golden ticket. I get to sit there as a super fan and just enjoy the show and receive the gift that each one of you and all the queens you've ever had, what you bring to the show. We are just the moon that reflect the light.
We love you.
of
You
the
family
sun.
too. So
Thank
every time
you.
we see you, we excited.
It's one of the great honors of my life to know you, to sit in that chair, and to be here tonight.
Always.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
It's family.
always.
It's all
Thank
family.
you.
We love you.
Thank you to each of you for coming out tonight. Let's hear it for the queens of All Stars 9.
Who's gonna win? Who will it be?
Thank you. Good.